Oh my goodness, what is that glowing ball of gas in the sky? This is every equestrian's dream weather.
Deep connection lights a spark. It's like you know me in the depths of my heart. We're dreamers. Don't care what other people say. We live it like this could be our final day.
Welcome back to my channel. Have you had a good week? How the devil are you doing? A little bit of a catch up. I think the last time I saw you, P was going to a new home. She's gone, so P went for rebacking. She's doing great, absolutely being a superstar that she is. I'll pop in a little picture now, which is P off out hacking. That's a massive win, isn't it, to start off with? And I'm now concentrating on Molly, who is currently out in the field. I must admit, it has been so nice this week just to have one to concentrate on. So I have Molly, and people have also noted on the comments that I have an old girl called Cherry, and she will be 30 this next year, and she's a little 14-2 companion pony. I'll do a story of Ches because it's not that it's a majorly interesting story. I think people are just curious. She's just not meant to be a ridden horse, and I promised her she could stay here for the rest of her days, and that's what she has done. So, but she's out now with the foal. Weaning went really well, so she's babysitting the foal, and they're just really cute, really nice little companion. And now we've got Blaze and Molly in together, and it's working out really well because we've got Blaze, who is the established horse, with my Molly, who is 4. And so it's kind of the old teaching the young, and it's just so much less stress for me. I've got so much more time. Financially, it's going to be so much more improved. And I think this is the first time I've only had like Cherry and one for 3.5 years. It's just nice, and it's really nice to be able to get the one-to-one time with Molly. So what I'm going to do for this week is I'm going to go and fetch Molly in. We're going to have a little bit of an update on plans and what I'm going to do with Moles, and then I'm going to take you through one of the sessions that I love doing on a weekly basis, which is long lining. Can't give it credit enough. I love long lining. It's great for confidence, it's great for training, it's just great for all round. So I thought, well, I'll talk you through a little bit of a long lining session that I do with Molly I incorporate it on a weekly basis with her now, and it's to build up that hind end, which I will talk you through Molly's issues when I go fetch her in. Let's go get her. Fields have been so blooming wet, so they're right around the back at the moment. So this was the foaling paddock. That's what the netting's for. It's to block it off from the wire, but these two are in here now. Let's get them all. Come on, are you coming? So here she is, all fetched in from the field, bearing in mind she will be hella dirty, but Molly's looking really well, so don't squeals. Those of you that didn't follow Molly's story from the beginning, here is a picture of what Molly looked like when I took her on board. She weighed about 470 kg, and she was in not the best condition. And now if we look at Moll, she's kind of getting there. She's filthy, guys, because she's just literally coming from the field. So she needs to still build on that top line and get a little bit more covering. But on the whole, Molly is looking fantastic. Now, we're always going about Molly's conformation. So conformationally on her hind, she's a little bit turned in. She's not got the best. And so at the minute, I am trying desperately to build up that hind end by doing some pole work and some hacking and some hills. And also we're going to start lateral work soon, Moles. So watch for that. Incorporate now into my weekly routine with Molly is some long lining. So I'm going to do that in the school over some poles. But first of all, let me show you kind of what equipment I use. Own personal preference. I'm not saying this is what you should use. I'm saying this is what I I use. So they're moving into a different tack room, so it looks a little bit sparse at the moment. So first thing in my kit is lunge line, but not one, because we're long lining. Two. They don't have to match. They can be from any resource. So I purchased these from, we have a local charity near us that did an equestrian car boot sale, and that's where I got them from. They were £1 each. So literal, absolute bargains. I then have a little half pad just to put under the roller, just to keep it nice and comfortable. And then I have a roller on there, and I find these really useful just because of the big hooks. So when you're long lining and you haven't got a saddle on there to put the lines through the stirrups, these are really useful because it stops the lines getting round their legs. What I also long line in is a balance rein. This is by Shires, very, very loose. I personally don't like side reins, but the balance rein comes from beneath, so it's assisting them to work low, but it's not at any point, like, don't get me wrong, it's holding, but it's not at any point pinning them down. I then put a head collar under their bridle, and then, where is the bridle? So the head collar on, and over the head collar I just have a simple slip kind of bridle. This has got a very simple trussed bit in there, and that's just to attach the reins to, the long lines to, but also the balance rein to try and get them to work over their back and onto some kind of contact. I also put all for brushing boots or some kind of boots on Molly's legs, just because she's a sensitive little bean and I don't want her to knock her legs, so that's all she has on. Right, let me take you into the arena now and show you the setup that I've got for the poles and why I've done it that way. And then we'll take Molly out, have a quick go. I'll do a voiceover. I've got a microphone and I tried to work with the microphone, but it didn't work. Like, it didn't record. Having a mare, I've got to try and look at it. I'm not very IT literate, so I've got to try and do that. So yeah, I'll show you the poles and then we'll take Molly out and work her over them.
Is my setup. So first off, I've got just 2 poles there, quite widely set apart, and then we go into the middle section where I have got 3 poles and raised on both sides to try to get her to start lifting that hind over them, and then we walk a little bit with no poles, and then at the end I've just got some walk poles set out. How many have I got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just to get her walking over them, and I'll do it on both reins.
Molly is really good at long lining now from voice commands. Start off with on the long lining. What I would do is get somebody at their head so that they understand which way they're wanting to go, and stop signals. So for Moll, she's quite good now, so if I say hello, Molly will stop, and then we just use the signal.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, down with my own doubts. Be free with me. Be free.
pole person.
Oh, yeah. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, down with my own doubts. Be free with me. Be free. Be free with me. Be free. Be free with me.
You can get your fitness as well. No. Oh dear. Oh dear. She's up again. Still on there. We'll see how she goes. Try and get it so we can get over the raised poles a little bit better. Good girl. Really nice, Molly. A bit more forward momentum means that she just works that little bit better on picking those legs up. Well done. That'll do us for today. So, to say, we just stand here and go, ow. That, my friends, is it for this week. I'm slowly getting into a new routine of 2 horses, one being out 24/7, which is great for her arthritis in her legs, and one being in, and just having the total dedication to one. It's really nice, and I think it'll do Molly the world of good. She needs a lot of work, bless her, to get her to a retrained and ridden state. Things are just going to be amazing. I can sense it in my bones. I have some things booked as well, so we're off to a camp, we're off to the beach, we're off for lots of exciting things. Like I've said, this year I'm just gonna enjoy myself with my horses. So Molly, she's gonna sign out, I'm gonna sign out. I'll see you next week. Take it easy and keep it real. 1, 2, testing microphone. If not, I'll do a voiceover.